meditation. We start with Sefer Chofetz Chaim. No big topic is the same, believe in Lashon Hara. And it says, exception to the rule. We have already seen that one may not believe even his spouse or close confidant when they relate negative information about others. At most, they may consider the possibility that information might be true. Okay. So one more time, we have already seen that one may not believe his spouse or even confident they relate negative information about the others. So as we said, it's only one part of the story and they may exaggerate. So at the most, we can consider the possibility of the information might be true. Right? So for example, I'm not in a situation, somebody asked me to make a piece and each side tell me not to talk to another side. It's very interesting. Right? And, that's very, very interesting. The Talmud and each side make other side look very vicious. The Talmud states that one of the exceptions to this rule is where the listener considers the speaker to be a man of unusual integrity, whose words are weighed very carefully. Such a person can be trusted to relate the incident exactly as it happened, to the extent that the listener can consider him as having witnessed it, and thus may accept the report as a fact. Nevertheless, since the decision that the speaker is trustworthy is a personal one made by a listener, he cannot pass the information to the others as if he had witnessed it, even though even for constructive purpose. Chofetz Chaim is of the opinion that today no one can claim to have degree of integrity necessary for these words to be accepted as a fact, and is therefore forbidden for anyone to believe a negative statement on the basis of someone else's report. Right? So let's just summarize. Right? So there's a Talmud said there are some people that they are such a trustworthy, meaning that they're going to report as the things happen. They're never going to withdraw some information or exaggerate, and you would trust them as you would trust two witnesses in a court. Right? So in this case, of course, it's on one person. So this person, you can believe, right? That's what Talmud says, but Chofetz Chaim said that today there are no such people. So believe it or not, we start learning in my Igros Moshe class. So it's very interesting case when somebody asked Moshe when he was still back in Russia. Somebody, I think a rabbi from Moscow, right? I think he asked him if what to do in a case where it was in 1934, I think, or 33. So the revolution happened in 1917. So basically we're talking about generation, maybe even before the revolution they were all brainwashed. So we're talking about the generation of old-timers, right, that still were religious back then, before the revolution, before all this craziness, right, and their children that grew up now, right, grew up and have their own families, right, and they are not very observant, or they're not, I apologize, the language is very harsh. They reject the whole Torah, everything, right? So the question is, if parents dependent on the children for their daily life, right, for daily living and for their food source, right, can they trust children, right? Technically, here we will say no, but very interesting. I mean, we started from the statement of Reb Moshe. So he said, if this parent would trust his daughter or daughter-in-law that she would not do this to him, meaning not to give him something not kosher. So it is allowed to eat this food, right? If she went to a market and she brought a piece of meat, I mean, how do you know it's kosher or not, right? So if she said it's kosher, so you can believe her, it is kosher. If she said that I cooked it in your pot, which is kosher, so we're allowed to believe her, right? And we actually use this Gemara, this Chofetz Chaim. It's one of the examples. And Reb Moshe Zatzal, he said very interestingly. So there, it's not like one witness, like Gemara speaking here. He actually explained that to the point that you believe to the point that you actually know that they would not do it to you. So even it's very, very interesting situation. Even though they are not observant, but they so respectful of these elderly people, of the like father-in-law, right? That they would not give them something that is not kosher. Very interesting. I mean, we're still going to go in details, but that's the bottom line. It's very interesting. Okay, so we stop here. Okay. Any questions about what we said? Or we continue? Yeah, go ahead.
Rabbi?
Yes, go ahead.
Next question of the word says, Shalom Kol Harav. When relating second-hand information, do we need to disclose the source of information, or it's enough to say it's second-hand?
That's a very good question. Usually not. If you say it's second-hand, I just heard it from someone. If it would help, you see, when we say it's a second hand, we're trying to impress on people, so don't rely on it 100%. That's the basic idea of the second hand information. So I heard, but it's up to you. I'm just passing to you information, but it's your obligation to verify. I'm not obligated to verify. Some people ask me to. I say, please, I'm not going to do it. Whatever. Some guy sent me a question. It's not. If it's question is practical, I'll try to research it. But if it's like some not practical, I said I don't have time. Ask somebody who has nothing else to do with their life. There are many people who have a lot of time. I don't know, useless or not. They have a lot of time in their life, right? So in this case, yeah. So I would say, look, that's what I heard, but it's up to you to do research. Okay. What else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.